Hey everybody, Paul Abernathy here. Thanks for joining me today on this episode here at Electrical Code Academy. Today we're going to do something a little special. We're going to look at acronyms. I think anybody that's studying or learning the National Electrical Code, no matter whose educational content you're using, you're going to see a lot of jargon that gets used. And if you're new to the NEC, you're not going to understand it. You're not going to know what the acronyms actually mean. And the reason that they use acronyms is to reduce the repetition of long, tedious technical terms and tries to break it down a little bit. But again, if you don't understand acronyms or what they're used for, then it can get quite confusing. So in this video, it's not going to be so exhaustive that we go over the technical aspects of every acronym. I think it's important that I introduce you to these acronyms, so as you approach them throughout the National Electrical Code, you get a little better understanding of what they are, and that may help you learn a little bit better. So let's go on and get into it. Again, I'll tell you where they may apply in what article, and maybe a little explanation and commentary, but we really want to push through and make sure that you at least get a peek at these acronyms that you're probably going to run into as you start your journey into the National Electrical Code. So let's go on and do that. Next is AFCI. What is AFCI? All right, that's arc fault circuit interrupters. Now, you probably are well familiar with these by now. Typically is what you're going to introduce these to you, or the first time you're going to see these is probably in 210.12. Next is the AHJ, authority having jurisdiction. You're going to see this many times throughout the NEC, and it's going to say approved by the AHJ, and that's who does the approval. Next, GFPE, not to be confused with GFP throughout the code or GFCI. GFP is an all-arching ground fault protection. It kind of covers an overarching, and then underneath that you have GFCI. Well, you have GFPE, which is ground fault protection, and just like it says, it's for equipment. It's not to protect people. GFPE is equipment protection, and you're going to see that used various locations in 215, 230, 240, even 555 for marinas, things like that. You're going to see GFPE that you're going to have requirements, and I just want to make sure, because I see this all over the internet, the use of various terms inappropriately, or not the right way. I shouldn't say inappropriate. Not the right way, because it can be misleading in how it's used. Remember, the code's making a direction. For example, up in 680, it says GFP a lot. That doesn't mean it's GFPE. It's just an overarching term. And then underneath that would be like a GFCI. Next is FPGFCI. And if you have watched the video series that me and Vince Delacroce did over on Fast Tracks Tube or Fast Tracks TV, we have a new episode coming out every week. I think part 1 is out now. These are the special purpose GFCI devices that are designed for higher voltage, whereas the normal Class A or Type A GFCIs are 150 volts or less to ground. And then you have these voltages that could go over that, and it starts to move into where you need some special purpose GFCIs. And you have type, Class A, and then when you get into these special purposes, you'll be in Class C, D, and E type of these special purpose ground fault circuit interrupters, right? Depending on, again, the voltages you're dealing with. Next is WPT. This is wireless power transfer. This is very familiar to many people. It's basically, you know how your phone, and you can set your phone and then have it charge it wirelessly. Okay, this is also going to be picked up a lot in 625 for EV vehicles, where they kind of pull over a pad and it can induce the charging through the pad, and they built it into the floor. That type of scenario. So that's a wireless power transfer, WPT. The next is WPTE. That is the various equipment that works with that power transfer. Okay, various specific utilization equipment that is wireless power transfer. So hopefully you check out those videos. So folks, I just wanted to give you a brief introduction into that. I wanted to make sure that you understood what all these acronyms mean. Now, we didn't go into extreme detail. I didn't show you pictures. I just want you to walk away from this session understanding the acronyms know that they're in Article 100 for the most part, and give you a little bit of something that you can pause, go back and watch this video, pause it. And if you want to learn better, okay, I'm gonna give you a little tip. To learn the NEC better, you got to learn Article 100. Use this video to go back, pause, go to Article 100, read the definition. If it makes reference to an article, go back and look at that article to get a better understanding, and then come back and hit play and then move on to the next thing. Now, when we deep dive into these definitions, we're going to do that ourselves. We're going to break it down into multiple videos, very palatable videos, and we're going to show you as many examples that we can. We're going to hunt for different examples and try to show you as much as we can moving forward. So again, make sure you subscribe to Fast Tracks Tube or Fast Tracks TV. We'd love to have you. For 99 bucks, you get access to everything in the whole platform. All right, folks. Till next time, stay safe. God bless, and we'll keep with us. We'll catch you on the next video.